Hey everyone, happy Sunday. I hope you had a great weekend. Welcome to my Sunday night live stream. I'm going to be shipping items that I sold on Poshmark and eBay over the weekend. I only had one Poshmark sale, but so it's just been kind of an average weekend for me. But I just wanted to go ahead and come on because I haven't gone live in a long time. I have some things I want to talk about. So I have a new subscriber. Hi, we talked on my chat on my comments. She wanted to see how I do inventory. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have time to do that tonight, but I hope next week to go live and be able to show you that. So let's go ahead and get started with the live stream. All right, Swamp Picker Glenn was first, and I'm glad to see you're still here. What's up with Scott Sells? Why is he not going live anymore on Sundays? Do you know what that's about? I used to watch him about an hour while I was getting ready for my live stream. I used to watch him while I was putting on my makeup and everything. And hey, Craig, how are you? Good to see you here. You top 1,000. Yeah, I think I'm at like 1,060, something like that right now. And I'm very grateful for those subscribers. Just listed some new items. That's good. Good for you. I've been pretty bad about listing this weekend, so haven't listed much. It's been a long weekend. So what have y'all been up to? I got my roots done, so that makes me feel a lot better. You're going to probably hear some noise. She's watching Mr. Holland's Opus. It's one of her favorite movies, and when that comes on, she plays it pretty loud. So I apologize for that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to do some updates from my card chat. If you didn't see my last week's card chat, you might want to go back and watch it. It might put this in a little bit more context, but just to summarize it, a couple of weeks ago when I was at my honey hole on a Sunday when items were $1.50 each instead of $1 each, I was not charged for 2 bags. I was not charged for approximately 40 items. That would have been $60 plus tax. So I walked out of there with basically 2 bags of free clothing. When I was at the register, I thought maybe she charged me $1 because sometimes if they're closed one day, the day before they do the next day's sales price, that wasn't the case. So I talked about that in my card chat, how it was a dilemma to me. I didn't know what to do, have them put it back in the cash register, give Teresa, who is my cashier, who I love, the money under the table as a tip because she's the one that made the mistake. I didn't want her to get in trouble. I didn't want other people to see her adding these bags to my order. And also she was very stressed that day. And so I really felt like she deserved a tip. So what I did was when I went back on Monday, and I had a lot of comments about what I should or shouldn't do, what you would do basically. So what I ended up doing is when I went up to the register, I said, Teresa, remember I was here last week? And she goes, yeah. I said, you did not charge me for 2 bags. And she's like, oh, no, she made this face. And I said, that's okay. I said, I really want to pay for those today. And she's like, oh, okay, no problem. Started bagging my stuff up, and she did not put those 2 bags into the cash register. And so I reminded her, I said, hey, Teresa, are you going to put those 2 bags into the cash register? And she said, no, it's okay. And I said, Teresa, I would really feel better if I pay for those today. And she says, 1 bag. She says, I'll charge you for 1 bag, $1 a piece. And I was like, okay. So it was a nice compromise because we're really not sure how many were in each bag. That better not be a request coming back. Okay. I have to talk about returns in a few minutes. But anyway, so I thought that was a nice compromise since we really weren't completely sure how many were in each bag. And I got a deal and she didn't get in trouble. And so that's how we ended that. Maybe I should go ahead and talk about returns now and just get it off my chest. I said in my card chat that I don't understand why people get upset about returns. like for fit, things like that. But I do understand why people get upset for bogus returns. Well, I wanted to show you the returns that I have right now in my box and on my account, because this is nuts. I have 4 returns. They're all for doesn't fit. This one right here doesn't bother me. When I sell clothing, it doesn't fit, just send it back. I totally understand. But look at this. 3 appliance parts. Does it fit? Doesn't fit? Doesn't fit? And I think I'm going to have another one opened up in a few minutes, because I just got a message from somebody saying that their food processor bowl does not fit. And I replied, if your model number is not FP558 or whatever it is, this will not fit. Because he said the measurements were the same, but it doesn't fit. So in my listings, guys, I have in 3 or 4 places the model number. In 2 places, I have, if your model number is not this number, do a general search on eBay for your model number. So you don't have to open up a return. I do that in 2 places. And they're still, when they look at these and they're like, oh, I have a Home Eco vacuum cleaner. That looks like my vacuum cleaner head. I'm going to buy this. Maybe it'll fit, even though that is not my model number. And then they get it and it doesn't fit. I have free returns on my appliance parts for most of them. On the carafes, I don't anymore, because I was getting things like, well, I didn't really want a 12 cup. I wanted a 14 cup and I ordered this by mistake. And those are like $8.99 to come back. So I have to pay for these to come back. I'm still not really sure what I'm going to do, how I'm going to proceed, because if I put buyer pays return, then I'm probably going to start getting item is not described cases. So I'm not really sure, but this is the first time I've had 4 returns and 3 of them are appliance parts. I'd like to know what you guys think about that, especially if you sell appliance parts. All right. Now, I wish Mike was here. Mike was on the show. I know. I don't know if Craig or Glenn were on the show, but this one right here, I wonder if I can pull it up without it. Yeah, I can. Okay. This was on a show I did where I bought a box of accessories for KitchenAid, and all they had was this W number. They didn't have, these are for like a food processor, but they didn't have the FP number. They didn't have a model number. And we all talked about it. And, I'm like, I don't know what model this goes to. And basically what people were saying is just leave it up to the customer for them to do their research. Okay. And I'm not blaming anybody. This is just what I did. And it had a box. The box sold and the box did not come back. But I have had items from this box come back at least 3 or 4. This one right here in particular has come back twice now. I don't know if they're going to send it, but it's been returned twice for not fit. I am taking these down, all of the items from that, and I'm just going to throw them away because it has no model number. And evidently this number can fit different models, but it's obviously not fitting the models of the people who are buying them. And I am just done. I'm just done. This will be the second time that this specific one has come back. But like I said, the box itself did not come back, the storage box. So it's going to cost me about $4 or $5 to send each one of these back. But of course, if this comes back, I will not relist it. This one opened up on January 15th. So hopefully pretty soon it will close out because sometimes they just don't ship it back. But anyway, that's what's going on with my appliance parts right now. It's had me so bummed that I was thinking about stopping appliance parts, but they're good money when they sell. Let me see if anybody, time for a change last video, he talks about it. Okay. I will go back and read that watch that last video. Thank you. Had a buyer come in and buy 6 lots of game pieces from a game from 1980s, was about a $90 order. That's awesome. That's a really good sale. Yeah, Scott sells stuff in Canada. I really, really liked their live stream. It was fun. I really, really did like their live stream. He and Adam were really good. I'd ask for y'all to please put the thumbs up. I see I've got 5 people in here and 2 people talking. So, hey, if you're here, let me know you're here. I'd like to chat with you. All right, so we talked about the honey hole situation and we talked about returns. Let me go ahead and mark that off my list. I did make a small list on my stick notes tonight because I didn't want to leave anything out. This next one is probably going to be my longest rant, and I apologize for the rant, but I need to get it off my chest, and I hope I get this in order. Okay, you guys know about my postal service issues, right? So that's why I have 2-day handling, because when my normal mail carrier, Martin, is not here, he goes on vacation. When he goes on vacation, he goes for 2 weeks. Every single time he's gone, I have substitute mail carriers that just don't pick up. It's just a given, right? I had 2 this week, just in 1 week. So let me tell you what's going on here in Houston with my postal carriers. And let me know if this happens in your area, because I talked to a supervisor on Thursday, and I told her that my friends in other states and cities are not having these issues. So I'm hoping I'm right. I'm hoping you are not having these issues. Okay. I'm hoping I am an exception. So Monday, I had about 30 packages. I had 2 tubs of things on my porch. I had some really big boxes, like I had a bundle sale of clothes. I had several large appliance parts, and then a bunch of poly mailers. So it was 2 big tubs on the porch. And at 4:30, we have it on the Ring doorbell. We were in the back of the house. We didn't hear this person, but we have it on the Ring doorbell. The guy pulls up in his truck, parks it at the curb, puts our mail in the mailbox, looks down at my packages, gets back in his truck, and drives away. But before he does that, he scans the pickup sheet that said, I picked up all their packages. So Tuesday morning, I get an email saying your packages were picked up yesterday. So what do? I do like I always do. On Monday night, I wrote a letter. I emailed it to them. I copy and pasted all the time since last January 1st that they haven't picked up, because now I'm keeping track, right? Told them exactly what happened. You know, the dude came up, went back to his truck, drove off. We have it on the Ring doorbell. And I said, don't call me. I always say, don't call me, because I'm tired of talking to you about this. Nothing ever changes. Just fix it. Just have somebody pick up as soon as possible. So Tuesday, I had to work for my boss from home. And I put an alarm on my computer at 3:30. If nobody's come by, I got to go down to the post office. Well, 3:30 comes, haven't seen a mail carrier. So I get these IKEA bags and I fill them up. I mean, they were very difficult to carry because these boxes were so big. And I was like, okay, Beth, I'm going to be calm. I'm not going to be angry. I'm just going to be matter of fact and calm. Well, there was a line. So I went over to the Dutch store and I rang the doorbell for 5 minutes. I waited 60 seconds and then rang it again. I rang 5 times. Nobody ever came because I wanted to talk to the supervisor. Nobody ever came. So I go back into the lobby and now there's like 3 people in line. And I'm going to call her a teller because she's at the window, right? She's looking at my packages and you can already see the anger and I don't want to do this. When I got up there to the window, I was nice. I started by saying, I'm really sorry, but I need you to scan all these packages because my mail carrier didn't pick up my packages yesterday. And I said, you know, I've been standing out at the Dutch store for 5 minutes, but nobody ever answered the door. So I need you to scan them. And she says, well, you can just go to the kiosk. And I said, no, I don't want to go to the kiosk. I don't want an acceptance scan. I need a tracking scan. These packages are late. My customers need to see that it's tracked. No, it's the same thing. And she started raising her voice at me. I said, I remember I said these words, I beg to differ. I said, you need to talk to your supervisor and let her explain the difference. I guess that really pissed her off. No, they're the same. So I said, okay, so I said, so if I go to the kiosk and I scan 100 packages and I only put 50 of my packages into the bin and I take the other 50 home, who has the packages? Do you have the packages or do I have the packages? And she kind of looked at me, and she's like, well, I just think it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So she's just scanning. And I know some of you have told me that if I would take the package and actually put it on the scale for her, that a lot of the workers like that because it's like one step less that they have to do. They don't have to actually pick the package up and put it on the scale. Well, at our post office, the scale is in front of the monitor. So it's not in front of me. So I'd have to like reach around the monitor in front of her to do that. So I can't do that. But that was a great suggestion. To make their work as little as possible. So then she starts up on me about how I need to get a scan sheet. Now, trying to explain to these people why I can't use a scan sheet, right now I had almost 40 packages, so I had plenty of time to talk, right? And I was like, I can't get a scan sheet. I scan all different times of the day. I have 2 companies, eBay and Poshmark. Poshmark doesn't provide scan sheets. And again, that's an acceptance scan. I don't want an acceptance scan. I want a tracking scan. No, you can use a scan sheet. Now, I think what makes me more angry about this whole situation is that the only reason I'm having this argument with this person is because someone else didn't do their job. And I was forced to go down there to the post office. Like if they would have just done their job, I wouldn't even be there. I wouldn't have any reason to be defensive, right? Okay. But so when I left, I said, thanks so much, Miss Green. And yes, I'm going to put your name out there. Have a great day. So Tuesday around 11 o'clock, I got an email saying that the post office had gotten my complaint. And I told them not to call me. So I didn't really figure they'd call me. They didn't call me Wednesday. Thursday, I laid down to take a nap. And guess who calls? The post office. And hey, Destiny, how are you, girl? And I'm thinking, do I want to take this call? Because normally I don't take the call anymore. Now, there were some other things that happened that I haven't told y'all about yet. And I thought, I want to take this call. I want to get this off my chest. And she was very nice. She was the supervisor of my post office. And we talked for 15 minutes. And I told her everything that happened. But one of the things that happened that I haven't told y'all about yet was Wednesday night. Was it Wednesday night? I'm getting my nights confused. It must have been Wednesday night. Wednesday night. No, I'm sorry. It was Tuesday night. The night that I went to the post office at 3:30. My tubs were now empty. And at 9 o'clock, I do a lot of my shipping. So there was stuff in here we put out in the morning. At 9:45 Tuesday night on our Ring doorbell, again, we're in the back of the house. Janu's in the shower. I'm in my office. We get a thing on the doorbell. At 9:45 p.m., a man in a truck, postal worker, comes up to our porch. It's dark. I think we did have the porch light on by then. Looks down at the empty tubs and gets back in his truck. And when I told a supervisor that of all the things I talked about in my conversation with her, that was the thing that got her goat the most. She said, that's not safe. And I said, you're darn right it's not safe. I said, I will not answer my door at 9:45 at night to someone I don't know. And I said, and even if there were packages in there, by the time he took them back to the post office and they got to the regional center and got scanned, they would be very, very, very late. They would have been like 2 days late. So that didn't really help me either. Now, one of the things she told me is that when my mail carrier is on vacation and other people take his route, the rule is, or maybe it's suggested to them, because that's overtime for them. His route is overtime for them. They are supposed to do his route first during the daylight. That way, if there's things that come up that they don't know the addresses, they don't know the houses, they don't know the procedure, they can get that done. And then at the end of the day, they do their route where it's easy. They know exactly where to go, blah, 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 blah. Well, they're obviously not doing that if they're coming to my house at 9:45 at night. Okay. The other thing that happened, I think it was Wednesday, I'm getting all my days mixed up. I noticed a man in a mail carrier truck across the street. This must have been, I don't know what day it was. Anyway, he was across the street, and what he was doing, it wasn't raining, it wasn't cold. He was stopping at every single house, getting out, putting the mail in the mailbox, getting back in his truck, and driving to the next house. He was going house by house instead of walking. And I was telling her about that. And I said, oh, he's trying to get more hours. And she said, exactly. He's trying to get more hours. And she says, that's not good either. So you're right. So I felt very vindicated by this woman. She said she was going to try to figure out who this guy was that, left my packages there. She was going to try to figure out the guy who was going house by house. And she was going to definitely try to figure out who came to my house at 9:45 at night. So, yeah, they always say that, but nothing ever changes. And I really didn't figure that it would, but it was nice to get it off my chest. And she seemed to understand, and she really understood about the scan sheet. She said they really need the scan sheet. That would really be helpful, but I totally understand why you can't use it. You need a tracking scan. And I told her, I said, it would really help us if you would train your people the difference between an acceptance scan and a tracking scan, because they don't seem to know that. If they know it, they're acting like they don't know it. And there's no reason to argue with me. And she agreed. So that was Thursday. Somebody picked up my packages. But Friday, no one picked them up. Very next day, after spending 15 minutes of my time with her. So again, Friday night, last night, I write another email, and I mentioned that I had spoken to the supervisor for 15 minutes the day before. So someone did pick up on Saturday, which lately on Saturdays, a lot of times they've just been not delivering or picking up. And Friday they did not deliver or pick up. And we always have mail, guys, always. Even if it's junk mail, we have something. So, yeah. Yeah, other than the post office, I'm trying not to let it stress me out, but I just want to notice, do other people have these issues? Like, am I just, I know some of you have issues, but do you have this many issues? I'm hoping my mail carrier comes back tomorrow. I will text him in the morning before I go sourcing. And he's been gone. It's been at least 2 weeks now, so he should be back. He's been with the post office forever. And I told her, I said, he's amazing. She said, oh yeah, he's incredible. He sets the bar a little too high for these people. Okay. Hey, Rita, how are you doing, dear? You owe me a call, or I owe you a call. So, hi, Patrick Murphy. Hello, panel and chat. Flying by to say hi and light up that thumb. I appreciate it. Good to see you here. I work in the hood, 9:45, you get shot. Yeah. No, I ain't going to go out there unless, only person that should be coming to my door is my neighbor. And he would even call before he came over. So we don't do that. We're two women living here, we can protect ourselves, though. Trust me. Lazy people. And what I've explained to her, Destiny, is, when they scan that sheet that says, I picked up the packages, I said, they're lying to you. And I don't understand how they continuously get away with lying to you. If I did that to my boss, he would show me the door. And I don't get it. You know how Trump is asking for buyouts for some of the government agencies. I told Janie, I said, I wish they'd do that with the post office. And she said, Beth, she said, if they did that, we wouldn't have any people working there because they'd all leave. So I don't know. I left 3 items in my mailbox with the flag up. They dropped new mail in and left my package items there. Okay, so Craig, how many days handling do you have is my first question. And did you end up taking it down to the post office, or did you leave it there another day? See, that's my predicament. And I have also told supervisors in the past, or maybe the postmaster. I have talked to the postmaster at least twice. It does nothing because all they do is talk to the supervisor. So thanks for that advice. I've had people ask me that. I have done that. I have told the postmaster that, how have I worded it? that I basically lose 10% of my gross income on eBay because I have 2-day handling, which is really true because I would get an extra 10%, I believe, if I had 1-day handling. And I can't do that for this reason. So, because and people say, well, just take it to the post office. Well, the issue there is if I go on a Monday with 30 packages, then they tell me you need porch pickup, or you can do 10, we can scan 10, and then you need to get back to the end of the line. It's just, I'm met with all this, tell them the next call going to be your congressman. It could, I may be getting to that point. I don't know. It's still okay. It was Saturday. Wasn't due to go out until Monday. Okay, good. We go to the next town over because we love the postal ladies there. The one around the corner from us, they are a joke. We have to always hunt down any packages from there. Yeah, and I have several packages that one's going to the North Mariana Islands, which I have no idea where it is. And guys, I look fuzzy to me, but maybe I'm not to you. When this has happened and I've played it back, I don't look fuzzy. So I don't know what's going on. North Mariana Islands. Does anyone know where that is? Well, anyway, it shows that it's delayed. First it said it was on time, and now it says it's delayed due to bad weather, but it doesn't say where it is. And then the other one, I'm not sure where it's going, and it says the same thing, due to extreme weather, but it doesn't say where it is. And so I'm trying to hold these people off as long as I can. And you can't I've tried, you can't open a lost mail claim when they kind of supposedly know where it is, but they won't tell you where it is. But they just say it's running late due to weather. I've tried to open them. So I don't know. I got that one. Okay, Patrick. Wait, what? Only 10 per transaction? I don't think that is black and white anywhere. No. And you can stand there and argue with them, and they'll just stand there, and waste time. They say, I have 30 packages. There's people in line, right? If I have somebody behind me that's got 2 or 3 items, I let them in front of me. But when you've got 10 people in line, you can't let 10 people in front of you. It's just not okay. I just drop my items on counter and leave 99% of the time, no issue, but I'm not normally dropping 30 items. Yeah. If I felt like these would get scanned at this place, I would do that. I have done that in the past at another post office, and I did have some issues. Yeah. Our postal lady said that it doesn't matter how many packages you have. If you need to have them scanned, they are to scan them at all. It is their job. That is awesome. I used to live in a small town that was like that. And we had 7 inches of snow last week. Good God. Yeah, Bridget sent me pictures of her front yard. It's beautiful, but I'm glad it's not here anymore. I'm glad it left. Yeah, so the only thing I have to say about the small town post office is the workers would stand there and talk to you for 5 or 10 minutes about their families and the weather and the sale on it, the grocery store. And you're just like, come on, move along. They're so friendly that they, there was this one lady named Sharon at our old post office in the little town, and she just was a talker. And it's just like, I just want to get back to work, Okay, so I think I got everything about that. All right, so I do want to make an announcement. Let's see what we got here. I will tell you, I have a post office 2 miles from my house. I go to the next town over just due to issues with the clerk. It's 8 miles, but I use the mileage as a write-off. That is so smart. That is so smart. I have another post office. It's probably about the same distance from here. When I had problems with this post office in the past, I switched to that one, and it was great until I had a lady arguing with me and telling me if I was unhappy, I needed to call the Office of Consumer Affairs, and she gave me the number, and I got pissed off and I never went back because it was the same old crap, not scanning. I was leaving my packages there on the counter a lot, and things weren't getting scanned, and I don't know. I tend to be the last customer of the day. If they had a bad day, I get them to smile. If they show up early, they always say it's time to go home now. Oh, if you show up early. Oh, God forbid. I will not go there like at 4:15, 4:30. Latest I would go is 3:30 because I don't want that to happen. If I showed up there at the end of the day, yeah, that's why I had it set for 3:30. It literally takes me 7 minutes to get there. It's not far. Okay, before we ship tonight, I have an announcement to make. I'm moving up in the world. At least I think it's a move up. I'm going to be getting a website. I don't know exactly when it's going to be. It's going to be several months from now. And so I'm changing a lot of my business plans because I don't know exactly when I'm going to retire. It could be anywhere from now until 2 years from now. It's all going to depend on things that go on in the family. And there may even be a move in our near future, just depending on things that are going on in the family. So we're trying to prepare for, if this happens, then we're going to do this. If this happens, we're going to do this. And so I decided I wanted to get ahead of the game, and I wanted to protect myself financially, business-wise, by getting a website and going ahead and trying to get some of these customers from eBay and Poshmark to go over to my website. So if any of you have a website, if you want to give me pointers, please message me and we'll talk, because I need all the ideas I can get. I found someone to do it, but she's really busy right now. So, and she has her own Shopify store. So I know she can get it up really quick. So I'm not worried about that. And Craig, I know you offered to help, but I decided to go with this person because she already has a store, and I can just get it up quick when it happens. So the plan is to, right now on my business card, I have, it says I'm on eBay and Poshmark, and it says, visit our Facebook page to see our daily added inventory. And so on my Facebook page, I put pictures up of everything I listed that day. So customers can go over there and they go, ooh, she listed that. I'm going to go over and buy it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is and I've already started this. I'm really on top of it, guys, even though I'm stressed out with other things. When I brought 129 items home the other day, I split them up. I recorded 5 videos. I recorded them against my brick wall. I may be getting a neon sign. I mean, woohoo. Okay. 20 at a time, holding them up. And so there will no longer be haul videos on this channel. And I get into a little bit more detail about the clothing. I'm going to have an intro that tells them basically why they should buy from me, the benefits in my store. And I'm really going to be pushing eBay, not Poshmark so much. And then they will, I'm creating a new YouTube channel, and that's where those will be. And it will say, go to our YouTube channel to see things that are being listed. And then when my website goes up, then that will change to go to, our website is, okay. I think I know the website name, but I don't want to say it to jinx it. I mean, you probably already know what it is, but I want to jinx it. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to brand my clothing. So this website is only going to be plus size clothing, no appliance parts, no men's clothes for now, no small sizes that I'm liquidating. By the way, I'm down to 377 items from those 1,200 items that I was liquidating. So that's awesome. I'm getting rid of that stuff. So on my clothing, I'm just going to have a tag, and it's just going to have the name of my website. It's going to be very simple. It's going to be on each piece of clothing so they can remember where they got the item from. And then, of course, they'll have their card. And that way, I'm going to be trying to get them to go to the website. And the website, in the beginning at least, my prices are going to be extremely, extremely competitive. They're going to probably be like what my auto accept would be on eBay, and not my listing price for now. And we'll see how I do. So I'm hoping this is going to go, but if things change in 2 years, I think 2 years of this website, I'll be able to see if it's going to work or not. So I'm just trying to prepare myself, getting another basket to put my eggs in, because as you know, eBay has now made another fee increase. I'm having problems with my drafts not saving. Every day it's something new. Last night I was trying to list some things, and I would pull up my template that I just created, and everything on the template was gone. I'm like, what the heck? I just spent 5 minutes creating this template and nothing is in there anymore. And I did that several times. Sometimes I would pull it up and it was fine. So I don't know. I tend to, I already said that. Website is great. Challenge is getting people to come to the site. Yeah, and that's how I'm planning to do it, Greg, is with my present orders. And I imagine this website will go up within the next 6 months. I'm hoping sooner, but it's not just the website. It's getting the things from my eBay into the website. And then I don't want it to go live until I actually have a really good number of pieces in there and the prices are right, and make sure, that's kind of thing. I don't want it to go live with any major issues. So that's why. Another thing that we've talked about, and I'm going to go ahead. I'm really bummed that I don't get to do this tonight, but I told y'all that for my repeat buyers, I wanted to give a gift to appreciate them for coming back, because if it wasn't for my repeat buyers, I wouldn't have as many sales. That's for sure. So for the men, I have chosen these, they're stickers of classic cars. They're really cool. I haven't gotten them yet. They're on their way right now. I wanted to get magnets, the flat magnets that don't weigh much, but I wasn't able to find those. For the women, wish I knew where that other thing was. For the women, I am making earrings. So the first set of earrings that I've made are the suits of the card deck, since my store is 10 of hearts. So I have clubs, spades, diamonds, and whatever the other one is. So they're going to be earrings in here. And then it has, boy, I already dropped that one. It took me about 2 hours to make 20 pair last night, plus fill these out. But I was watching TV. So if I wouldn't have been watching TV, I could have done it sooner. But I was really worried about doing it with my arthritis, because I haven't had much success with jewelry in the past. I had a really hard time listing our Native American jewelry collection, but it wasn't too bad. Thanks for your repeat business. It goes in here. And then they just go in bubble wrap with a little bow. This thing is lightweight. Let me see if it even weighs an ounce. I wanted something that wasn't going to weigh. Yeah, it doesn't even weigh an ounce. So I wanted to put it in here because they are earrings, and I didn't want them to get, if somebody steps on the poly mailer, maybe it has a chance. I don't know. So anyway, that's my new thing. And I have more charms coming to make, I think I have like bumblebees and coffee mugs, and I'm just going to keep a whole lot of things. All right. The other thing I bought, hold on, I have to get up for this. Sorry. And I think this is for the website, is there's 120 pieces in here for $3. So on my website, whenever I get an order, I'm just going to throw one of these in there. It's a sticker, a puffy sticker. A lot of them have glitter on them. So just something fun. Just trying to do something fun. I don't know. Okay, he said fees will be much better with Shopify, just payment processing. Yeah, and then I do want to do some advertising. And I've talked to Josh Galt about this, because, he was talking about how if you're doing the Google ads on eBay, they're just sending the ads to anywhere. So like if you're selling clothing, your ads could be going to, hunting knives websites and videos about grocery shopping. It has no rhyme or reason. But on Shopify, there are apps that you can use. And I want my items to go out to plus size women. So I will think of different, places that where would plus size women, be going? Like what kind of videos, what kind of websites would they be going to? And, and really the most logical, and I hate to say this, but one of the most logical places is diets, because it seems like plus size women are always dieting. And that's one of the reasons I think extra large is like one of my biggest sizes, because one of my best selling sizes, because it's kind of like a transition size, right? Some people never quite get down to large, and then some people get down to extra large and then they go back up, so I'm brainstorming different areas of where my ads could go to, my silent auction is starting. So I know I don't need to know that. I don't know why it keeps telling me that. Tell them not to, and it still does. Yeah, you still have a monthly fee, and you have to pay for the, I can't think of the word, the URL. And I don't know that URL is available, the one that I want. That's why I don't want to say it out loud. Night Destiny, it was so great to see you. And then look at Facebook ads. You can specify where you want it to go. Well, I can't do that. I owe Facebook money, and I'm trying to stay away from Facebook because I owe them money, and I don't know how to rectify that. I've never been able to get a hold of anybody to get that fixed. And so I just quit. When I did my first Facebook ad, and then I did it for 2 months and I didn't get anything, and I tried to cancel it and they wouldn't let me cancel it. And so they kept charging me and kept charging me. And so finally my credit card expired. And so I have added up all these, they still keep telling me I owe $10. I owe $10. I don't know if it's like built up or just owe $10. I don't know. But like, that's why I can't do Facebook marketplace, because it won't let me create listings that are shipped. I'm not allowed to do local pickup, because my wife doesn't want me to do that. That's a whole other story. She's had a lot of lawsuits with people who have done local pickup, even at police stations, unfortunately. So I agree that I would not do local pickup, but they will not allow me to do the shipping. And I think it's because I owe them money. So domain name. Thank you. That's once a year though. Yeah. So yeah, I just like always get messes. Yeah. So I'm going to have to get shipping because it's already almost 9:00, and usually I'm off by 9:00. If any of you who are watching later, hi, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for the new subscribers. Some of you watch Sister Wives. I want to tell you about let me tell you about 2 websites. Some of you probably already know. If you watch Sister Wives, after the show airs, which would be 10:00 my time, and see, I watch it later. James with My Take on Reality does a live stream between 2 and 4 hours long. It's really awesome, where he recaps the episode. He lets people come in and talk about it. It's really fun. There is a girl named Sarah. Her channel is Realities Squad, TEAS. She's amazing. And she comes on Monday nights and does a live stream with him about the day's previous show. But I just found out this new couple, their name is Notes to Self. They actually know some of the Browns. They grew up with them. The husband grew up kind of down the street from Robin. And so they offer a really different look at some of these people on Sister Wives. So Notes to Self, check them out. They're really, really honest people, and they spill some tea. Not a whole lot, because they still are in contact with some of these Browns. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, Jane Marie, how are you? Reality Amanda. Oh, you're not talking about Amanda Ray. You're not talking about Backwoods Barbie, and she's now Amanda Ray. This is Reality Amanda. Write that down. Good to see you here, Jay Marie. I'm writing this down. Yeah, but Realities Squad. I'm going to write this down. Realities Squad is Sarah. And also, she and her husband, Matt, have a podcast about, it's called like Mostly Harmless. It's kind of cute. They talk about all kinds of things. But my new favorite one is Notes to Self. And I think it says 444 after it, but I don't know what the 444 means. Anyway, check them out if you like Sister Wives. It's really, really good. She has done lives with James before. Oh, she has? Okay. I'm going to check her out. Thank you, Jay Marie. You know, I really didn't like James. I watched James for a while and I got tired of him. And that's basically like his recorded videos. But then when he started doing these live streams after the show, and he does like his, you know, little things he does when people give super chats and stuff. And then he started doing shows with Sarah. I've gotten back to where I'm watching him more. I think he's a cool guy. So, all right. So do we have any birthdays coming up this week? Let me know. And also we need to send out concerns in the community. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. All right. This is how bad my eyes are from the screen. I thought it said I had one person in the chat. It's 11. Okay. So I was like, where did everybody go? All right. So I don't have notes tonight for this, but I know that we always pray and give good thoughts to Pat Dees. We've also mentioned Jay Marie on the death of her mom, Cindy Y. Kimmy still needs prayer. She is home. It's very challenging when you cannot lift your arms. And I plan to go see Kimmy very soon, but we have been talking. Also, Rita Scully Star Fashions and her family. And I feel like I'm leaving someone out. Adam's exploits also. We always think of him and his health. Adam, check in with me this week. I'd like to hear from you. All right. So also before we do shipping, I want to send out some juju. Here we go. I hope you get a sale during the show. All right. What's everybody drinking tonight? I am drinking Yellow Rose whiskey. And this is not mine. This is my son-in-law's. It was supposed to be his Christmas present, which I haven't gotten to him yet. And I ended up opening it up way back when we had the snow and I was freezing. So now I got to go buy him another bottle. But he knows. I told him, I said, I opened it for me. So it's cool. All right. T and Rob need your prayers. Oh, what's going? I'm assuming it's something with Rob. I haven't heard anything. I know that he hasn't been in good health. I did read that somewhere. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started on shipping. So this first one I'm going to show you was returned to sender last week. And I put it back up. In fact, about 15 minutes before I went live, it was over on my Z-Rack because I had washed it. And I just packaged it up right before we went on. So it sold for $23.53. So it was just listed like Thursday, something like that. I don't know what y'all do for return to senders. Uh-oh. I guess because I changed screens, I have to start over. What do y'all do with return to senders? Do you automatically send them their money back? I do not. I used to, and then a friend of mine said, Beth, don't do that. They could be in jail. You could just keep the money, you know. And So this said that the person had moved. So what I do is I made a little note next to the sale, and it said return to sender. And then if they do contact me, then I'll let them know that it's already sold and I'll give them their money back. But if they're not going to make the effort to contact me, then, I mean, I guess I could, but it could be proactive, but I don't know. So this is a Winnie the Pooh polo top, size 18-20. And yeah, it sold in a few days, and it had been listed for quite a while before it sold the first time. So I don't know. Oh, I got to send my message to buyers. Let's see if I need to pull that up. So message to buyers, telling them that I'm shipping the item, that if they have any problems, they can contact me, and that I am including a discount code in their package. So this goes to Janet in Troy, Ohio. Thank you, Janet. And I will check the chat in between shipping items, but I really got to get this done. My one dog usually goes to bed at 9 on the dot. And so if he sees this light on in here, he'll get very upset. It's crazy how we arrange our lives for our pets, but he wants all the lights out in the house at 9 o'clock. But all right, 12 ounces. So I didn't have to pay for that one to come back. $5.31 to go to Ohio. Anybody want to give me any tips on having a website? Because I'm a little bit nervous. Like, what do I do if something goes wrong? Like, who do I contact? I do have a tech company that we use for my boss. I thought if anything really major happened to my website and I couldn't figure it out, and the person who is helping me couldn't figure it out, or she was busy, I would pay them. They're like $125 an hour, but they would help me if something major happened, like if it crashed or something weird. All right. Everybody just kind of say a little prayer that my mail will be picked up tomorrow. I never know. And it causes me so much stress. I need to quit letting it cause me so much stress. What does water here mean? Oh, you're drinking water. Okay. All right, this next one. Let's see how long this has been listed. This is a Secret Treasures. I'm looking for repeat buyers because I really want to send somebody a pair of earrings. Nobody ever said anything about my earrings. You think it's cheesy? I couldn't think of anything else. I was like, I got to do something. And then what I did was I kept one of each suit, one pair, and I listed them on Poshmark and eBay for sale. I mean, for cheap. They're cheap earrings, right? I think I put them at $11.99 with $5.99 auto accept. And then, so then on Poshmark, they're $12. And then, and I got all different kinds of charms coming. So I'm kind of excited about it. It was kind of relaxing. I kind of enjoyed it. These were listed in December of 2023. So they sold for $20.22. And this is a Secret Treasures pajama top. It says Snuggle on it. And it's cute. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to tell you guys. I took my mom shopping last weekend when I was doing my car chat. Remember, I was going shopping? And this goes to Stephen. Stephen lives in Florida. Thank you, Stephen. We went to Kohl's. She had a Kohl's card and a JCPenney's card. And guys, I could not believe the prices. I just could not believe the prices. She paid $54 for a pair of pants that I get at my honey hole for $1 every Monday. And she had $100 each. She bought hardly anything because it just added up. And I saw these women in the clearance section and the plus section, and I wanted so badly to go over there and give them my business card. But I chickened out. And I probably should have and say, hey, I sell all this for so much cheaper. But I just could not believe the prices. I mean, all these things. Croft Barrow right now is like my #1 seller. And Woman Within this week did really well. Croft Barrow, Anna, St. John's Bay. I had all those. I sell those all the time. And I just could not believe the prices. Ugh. No wonder people come and buy stuff from me, right? All right. And from you, if you sell those. Okay, 11 ounces. I don't know what everybody sells here. I know a little bit of what Craig sells because I kind of, well, Craig, I only stock your Sons and your store. I don't know the name of your other store. And like I haven't stocked stores in weeks because I've been too busy. But every once in a while I go over and I look and see what's everybody listing, what's everybody selling. I'm not going to sell the same things, but I think it's interesting. But I don't do it very often. And there's a couple of people, I'm not naming names, that are major content creators who tell you how to sell, and they make it look like they sell so much. And then when you go to their store, they're making like 1 or 2 sales a day, and they got like 5,000 things listed. So I don't know if they have got a second store, but to me, if you've got 5,000 things listed and you're selling 1 a day, maybe something's a little bit off. I mean, I don't know, but oh, okay. I'm not gonna pack this on air, but a wonderful subscriber of mine sent me 25 of these really cool boxes for my home decor. I had 60 home decor items in December, and I have sold 3 now since December of those 60. So I was really thinking maybe it wasn't a good idea. Like, why am I doing this? They're not selling. But then all of a sudden, they're starting to sell. So this is the one that sold. It sold for $12 on Poshmark. I paid $1 for it. And I think the other one I sold, anything Hawaii typically sells for me in picture frames. And I think that's other one I sold was also Hawaii. So isn't that cute? Hang loose. I did really well years and years ago when I had Hawaiian picture frames for some reason. So I was really excited about that. But I am going to ship that. But to my wonderful subscriber, thank you. I've used 3 of your boxes now. So, all right. All right, next one. Lucky Brand. This was a cute top, and it was listed in October. It sold for $18.99. I'm sorry, guys. It's at the end of Mr. Holland's opus. It's the big crescendo, and she's got it on full blast. She loves it. She sits there and cries, but she loves that movie. Okay, look at this cute top. Isn't that cute? Extra large, red paisley. Very, very cute. I've had a lot of weird questions this week. People going, what's the length of the top? Is this a lime green or a, I can't remember the other word she used. Not pale, lime green or some other. And I said, just go to the color wheel photo. It'll show you exactly the color. And she didn't buy it either. So, but I don't know why people don't look at the pictures first and the measurements. One lady wanted me to measure from the back collar to the back to the bottom, and then the shoulders, and then some other weird measurement. And I told her, I said, look, there's like 5 measurements on there, and everything's sealed. I can't go back and, but you can return it if it doesn't fit. And I don't know if she bought her, and I don't remember, but she just wanted all these weird measurements. And I'm thinking maybe you need to go try these on in the store, if you're that worried about this not fitting. Because even if the measurements are the same, that doesn't mean it's going to look good on you anyway. So I talked about that in my car chat. All right, 7. This person lives in Templeton, Maine, and their name is Kelly. Do y'all like that movie, Mr. Holland's Opus? It's not my favorite. I don't know. I think it's because it's kind of creepy with him and that girl. It's just kind of creepy to me. I mean, I don't know. Did y'all know that the lady that played his wife in that movie passed away? That actress? Yeah. Make sure. Okay. Next one is Ava and Viv. Ava and Viv has been pretty good. Oh, I do want to show y'all a skirt that sold like in a couple of days. I'm going to show that when I get to it. It's really awesome. I want to let y'all know the brand. Okay, Ava and Viv, where is it? Okay, this was listed way back in October of 23, so for $22.98, and so loud in there. God. This is a sweater vest, and I don't pick these up very often. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's a 4X. Took a while to sell. You know what? I've been forgetting to send the messages to the buyers, which it's okay. It's not a big deal, but okay, now I've got the guy telling me I checked all the measurement. Okay. Yeah. So he's saying this is the guy that, let me go ahead and share this. So he said, so sorry for the delay, but busy time of year, sad, but the work bowl did not fit. It's the same circumference and height, but the center area is too big for my spindle. I'll continue to look around. Thanks so much. If you know someone looking for this container, let me know. Yeah, like I don't know how anybody can contact this guy. I said, your model has to be FP 1445 in order for it to fit. And he said, I checked all measurements except the center. Oh, well, thanks. So maybe he's not going to send it back. But again, this is why I stopped selling toaster oven racks, because even if the toaster oven rack was 10 by 9 and their toaster oven rack was 10 by 9, the curvatures in the rack matter, and that does not mean they're going to fit. And I had so many of those returned, and so I don't buy them anymore. And I only used to get them at the bins. I used to just pull them out of the toaster ovens at the bins. I don't even do that anymore. Too many of them came back. Even with me putting that little blurb, the curvature matters. Please don't buy this if this is not your model number. I finally just quit. And if it gets too bad and this is stressing me out too much, I probably will quit with appliance parts. I mean, I am making money, but I'm also, it's just a hassle. I don't know. I just love throwing things in a poly mailer and sending them off. Now I have 2 pounds on this, and this doesn't feel like it's 2 pounds. They paid $8.99 for this. You would think a 4X sweater would weigh more than a pound, so let's just see. This is lightweight. I'm going to make some, looks like yeah. It's only 11 ounces. That was a mistake on my part. Oh, well. I put 11 pounds. Okay, so it was only $5.49 for me to ship, and they paid $8.99. So I made quite a bit of profit. But I mean, they paid it, so you know, I don't give that back. I take that money and buy. Gosh, I have to order a lot of boxes this month and buy all my supplies with that extra. I am down from last year. Last year must have been really good because I'm down. And I'm not really sure what to do about it. Just keep chugging along. I have about 30 pieces of clothing up there I need to take photos of. And I just finished inventorying my floral section. It was 450 items. Okay, I'm pulling this out because I want you guys to see this skirt because it sold in less than 2 days. They paid $30.94. Never heard of this brand before, but it is a pretty skirt. Maggie, if you're watching later, you're going to go, yay. Fool, P-H-O-O-L. It's a midi A-line, size 3X. Look at how pretty that is. Very pretty. I kind of wish this would have been my size because I've wanted to start wearing skirts. And this is the tag. I may have undercharged for this because I couldn't find very many listings with this brand. So I had it listed at $30. So look at that. Isn't that pretty? So remember that. Rhymes with school. This goes to Kathleen. Let me let Kathleen know. If I did a live stream this week, I want to do inventory live because I had somebody ask me to do that. They wanted to see me. Well, they wanted me to explain how I do my inventory, and the only way to do it is really to just show it. So I'm going to hopefully have a work time this week where I just take inventory and, can work in the background. And I know I've showed it in the past, but I didn't know which video to send her to. So, and somebody's getting a beautiful skirt. Trying to let the air out because air has weight, right? 13 ounces. $5.65 to go to Pasadena, Texas. That's just right down the road. So I'm going to my honey hole tomorrow, but all that stuff I buy tomorrow has to stay in my trunk because I have about 40 or 50 pieces left to process. So all right, somebody got a really good deal on this one. This is one of those small sizes. Hey, Mike, I was just talking about you. Hey, Chris. How are you? Mike, guys, if y'all could just humor me for a minute. I want to go back and show Mike what I was talking about because Mike was in that live stream. Hold on, let me find that. I know you were in this live stream, Mike. All right. Do you remember, Mike? I don't know what month was that. Let me look. All right. It was in August. Do you remember, Mike, the live stream where I bought that box of accessories for KitchenAid food processor, and it didn't have an FP number, it just had this W number? And I asked you guys, and I'm not blaming you. I asked you guys how to list it. Like, would I, because I couldn't figure out what model it went to, and everybody just said, well, just put the W number there. Okay, the box sold. The empty box sold. I sold it for like $10. I have had this same part has come back twice now, and the other pieces that I've sold have also come back saying does not fit. So I am taking them all down and getting rid of them because I cannot afford to keep paying for these pieces that don't fit. There's no machine, there's no model number. And I just wanted to mention that. If y'all see these, I bought the whole box for, I think it was $20. There were like 10 or 12 pieces in there. Some of them have not come back, but at least 4 have. And this one that we're looking at here, this is the second time it's come back. So just want to let y'all know, don't take chances on that. Yeah, you remember. Hey, how are you doing, Chris? Yeah, too much confusion. And then I was showing my returns on my, that I have 4 returns right now, and 3 of them are appliance parts. Doesn't fit. And then I just had a guy, I just read his message from his food processor bowl. He thought just because the measurements were the same as his, that it would fit his processor. And I have like 3 times on there. Look, if you're, make sure your model number is this model number. And if it's not, do a general search on eBay for your model number. And they don't read. And I'm just getting tired of it. And this right here, this Homika right here, I mean, this vacuum cleaner, I got it at the flea market, brand new. There's no reason why this, they look at that and they're like, oh, that looks like it'll fit my machine. They don't even look at this. I've got this written like 3 or 4 places in the listing, HO16. I'm just getting real frustrated with it. I don't know whether to do buyer pays returns, because I do have buyers pays returns on carafes because they're heavy and there's like $8.99, $9.99 to get them back. But I was keeping free returns on the lighter items, but because I don't want to get bad feedback, I don't want to, and I don't want INADs. I don't want to have to make up some crazy story just to get it back. So anyway, I'm glad you stopped in here. And Chris, I'm glad to see you. And tell Kimmy I said hi. We just mentioned her on concerns in the community. It is maybe right now was, yes, 4 months ago, but a lot has changed. We were there last year. Yeah, I was telling Kimmy that I really didn't want to go because it was just over the weekend. And when I go there, I want to stay a really, really long time. Not a long one, like maybe a week, and things aren't right now possible for me to go that soon. So that would be one I would love to go to, though. All right, back to orders. So this one is a sweater. This is a lady that got a good deal. This is one of my liquidation items, and it was listed in October of 2022. It sold for $15.16. It sold at $4.75, which means I sent her an offer trying to get rid of these small sizes. So isn't that cute, Liz and Company? But I now have 377 items left in my liquidation. So I've gotten rid of a lot of it, which could be another reason why my sales are going down a little, because a lot of the money that I've made recently is probably from selling off these liquidation items, I would think. So that could be another reason why my sales are lower. I mean, they're not a lot lower, but it's significant to me. And I just got to figure that out. So Mike, and Chris, y'all missed my announcement. I'm getting a website. So I'm going to be starting to encourage buyers to go to my website, and I'm really excited about it. So we talked about that at the beginning. All right. This is probably going to have to go in a large poly mailer, but let me try. Let me see. That's all right. We'll be okay. Goes to Susan in Seattle, Washington for $8.24. She paid $8.99. Cheers, everybody. Okay. Okay. When asked, how's Kimmy doing? What is the rest time for what she had? Yeah, we were just talking about that, Chris. It's hard when you can't lift your arms, isn't it? I need to come see her. Have her contact me, and I'll see if I can come out one day next week. My dad is having surgery, and I don't know if it's next week or not. I'm waiting to hear. We need to put together a Houston meetup. I am all for that. We are the only 4th largest city in the country. I mean, yeah, there used to be one. Debbie, Pinching Pesos, and Tanya, Thrifty Treasures. They used to have one closer to Galveston years ago, but I don't think they've done. I mean, they haven't done that in a long time, and I wasn't really in to that scene at that time, so I might could get Deb to come to that. All right, the next one was listed in. Gosh, some of these are old. September of 2023, it sold for $21.82. This is really pretty. I'm surprised this didn't sell sooner. Avenue 2628. That is really pretty. I like that a whole lot. Yeah. Yeah, Chris, I would love to help with that. Organize. I'm pretty good at organizing things. But it has to be things that I can do from home. And so we ought to talk about that. There's so many possibilities in Houston. The places we could have it. All right. This is very lightweight, so well, it's not actually as lightweight as I thought it was. I think when my mannequin finally breaks, which it's getting there, I'm not going to order another one. I'm just going to continue hanging up because that mannequin is about to collapse. His name is Fashion Fred. Okay. I'm going to read the chat as soon as I print this label. Come on. What are you drinking right now, Chris? I'm drinking Yellow Rose whiskey. It's really good. How are sales for you guys? Mike and Chris, y'all just came in. How are sales? Am I the only one with slow sales? Let's see. Chris, I'm only 4 hours away. You're only 4 hours away from Houston? I didn't know that, Glenn. I can meet you halfway sometime. Send a business card in every sale off eBay to direct them to your own website. Yeah, we just talked about that, Mike. I hate to repeat myself, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. So what will happen is when the website officially opens, then on my business card, it will change and it will only have my website address. And then each piece of clothing is going to have a hang tag with my, just my domain name on it. It's going to be very simple. It's probably going to be a heart, and then it's going to have my domain name across. It's going to be very simple on the hang tag. So I'm going to start moving those people over to my Shopify store. And, so I'm really excited. She should be okay by then, but it's the money. Oh, definitely. Not familiar with them. Green Room Crew. Oh, yeah, they were called the Green Room Crew, weren't they? Sorry about my dogs. Yeah, they were called the Green Room Crew. You're right. I went to a green room in 2019, but it was in Austin. Yeah, that was probably the one that Deb was involved in. Yeah, Fashion Fred. I have eBay Ethel and Fashion Fred, and he was originally called Money Mo, but when I got Ethel, I changed him to Fashion Fred, and he stayed that way. So, and he's really about to fall over. All right. I love this brand. This sold for $19.15. It was listed back in June of 2023. So, but this is a really, really pretty top. It's a really nice color. It's got this studs, and it's like a bat wing sleeve. So, yeah. And I'm also making videos right now for my website. I'm making a new YouTube channel just for my website where I'm doing the clothing haul so that the customers can see the items as they come in. And boy, that's been a challenge to do those videos, let me tell you. I may be ordering a neon sign to put behind me when I do that, but I haven't got that far yet. There's too many choices. I may do a live and we can just look at some of the signs and maybe y'all can help me pick one because there's so many choices on Etsy on neon signs. But I'm excited. I mean, it's a new project for me. Like I have all the time in the world for a new project, right? So once my dad has surgery, then maybe that will be the last major thing for a while. I don't know. You never know with us. Okay. That shipped for $4.57 to Tucson, Arizona. So that wasn't bad at all. I love selling lightweight items that you can just throw into a poly mailer. I typically make sales Sunday night while I'm sleeping, and I don't know what that's about. But I can almost guarantee when I wake up in the morning, I'll have at least 2 or 3 more sales, sometimes more. It's just a very popular time for my store. And it may be because, I don't know if it's because I'm doing all my shipping now. I thought about doing pirate ship on Sunday nights and creating a scan form. But the problem is if I don't remember to put tomorrow's date when I, add more, then I'm going to end up with 2 scan sheets. And that's just creating more possibilities for error with my postal workers. I don't want them to have anything else to think about because they can't get this one thing right? $19.98. This was listed in April of 2023. So this is Tara and Sky. It sells at Walmart. People buy it all the time. I don't know why. I guess it's just because the patterns get recycled. And, Walmart brand. I'm sorry about my dog, guys. I don't know what her problem is. She has been barking all weekend long. She's just a hot mess. I think there might be a raccoon or a possum out there. I don't know. Is there a possum out there, Jania? I don't know. I know y'all came in here to listen to my dog bark, right? If she keeps it up, I'll go shut the door. All right. $5.62 to go to Bakersfield, California. Does anyone know where Bakersfield is? I mean, I don't know anything about California, but I would think that if this person had any issues with the fire, they wouldn't be ordering anything. And also, but the other problem is some of the places in California are behind, even if they're not in the area where the fires were, because everything's just like getting backed up. So I hope this makes it. I know some of my friends said they've got some going to California that have gotten stuck. I don't know. Time to read the chat. see if there's anything else being said. Michelob Ultra Light. All right. Chris, Bonafide Hustler. I refuse to create scan sheets. Yeah. Well, me and the postal worker had the argument on Tuesday in the middle of the lobby. It was not pretty. Very close to Las Vegas. All right. All right. Looks like I must have had another because I don't see. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. All right. Next one was listed in October. So for $17.71. So I must have taken a pretty small offer. Lane Bryant, 28 tunic. It's cute. Now that wall right there, that wall right there, that's the wall that I'm taking my videos in front of. Just a plain wall. So I thought a neon sign would be nice to have. Hold on just a second, guys. I'm going to go shut the door. I'm sorry, I have to shut the door. Where is she? Oh, bedroom, I guess. You might turn the light off outside too. That might help. Jania told me to turn the light off outside. Maybe that would help. And she couldn't see what's outside walking around. All right, where was I? This goes to Norma in Creve Coeur, Missouri. So that shouldn't take very long to get there. Glenn, I didn't realize you were so close. You and I should meet up sometime. I mean, I would be willing to drive 2 hours to meet you. Go thrifting or something. Meet in the middle. What's in the middle of it? What's between us? Halfway. Crap. Closed it too soon. Chris, when's your next whatnot auction? You've been banned from a post office? Was it the Tomball post office by any chance? Or the Pinehurst post office? Those are the only two post offices near you that I've ever used. And when's your next whatnot show? Thanks for coming in, guys, because I haven't seen you in a while. All right, next one. I was really bummed that I didn't have any repeat buyers this weekend. Magnolia. Okay. Well, yeah, I've been in the Magnolia post office, but not for business because I lived in Magnolia for a while. All right. The next one was listed in December. It sold for $26.73. This is an extra large. Like I said, extra large is a very, very popular size in my store. So I'm keeping it, even though it's not plus size. It's like a transition size. And so I include it in all of my plus size silent auctions on Poshmark because I think it's really important. I have been down to an extra large before. I'm not now. I've gained weight this year. I stopped doing my video shorts. I'm I'm still eating healthy. We're still eating basically preservative free, but I'm not really watching the calories. So that's why I'm not making the shorts right now. But it's just because we're so stressed out right now. We're going to get another opinion this week, I think, from another doctor, and hopefully we'll know more. So, well, not this week. We're hopefully get an appointment set up. All right. I have 13 credits I need to use up tonight on silent auction. So I'll be doing that while I watch Sister Wives. Because Sister Wives, I watched a video today about it today, and they said it wasn't a really good episode. So figure I'm going to have plenty of time to set up auctions. This goes to Pinehurst, North Carolina. I didn't know there was I lived in Pinehurst, Texas, but not North Carolina. Okay. It's taking too long. So what's everybody got planned for this week? Anything new coming up? Any videos? Any of y'all? Any shows? Like I already asked Chris when his Whatnot show is going to be. I don't know if he answered me. Beaumont, Texas. I'm for Lake Charles. I'm really thrilled about Beaumont. I'd love to meet you in Lake Charles, though. Do you gamble at all? I haven't been on Whatnot in a long time on District Auction now. Oh, okay. Well, I was going to join the Keeping It Real on District, but I think I want to wait a little bit longer because what I'm being told is she's not really getting very many sales over there. And I don't want to put my time into something where I'm not going to get some sales. So I'm going to keep it a little bit longer. You know Vanessa on Keeping It Real? Probably not. Thank you for putting that link. So when's your next district show? For anybody watching later. Okay, this is listed in March of 2024. Man, a lot of these were just listed a long time ago. So for $17.31. And this is by Falls Creek. This is really... Why is it not? This is kind of, I don't know, just kind of a plain cotton shirt. Nothing to brag about. This is probably why I didn't get a lot for it, but it looks like I paid 50 cents for it. Yeah, 50 cents. So. Kimmy told me that maybe, I think she may have forgotten to tell you this or ask you this. Maybe you could help me find a connection for appliances, because the flea market that we went to, I've been going to that like religiously during the year, and they are getting worse and worse. Like there's hardly any vendors there now, and there's hardly any people there now. And so I walk away sometimes with one thing. When I hit it big, I have 5 things that I buy. It's terrible. And so I was telling her I need to find an auction house or something where I could pick it up. And she said, you might know some people or some places where I could find some appliances. If I can't find another flea market, I may just have to get out of this again because the thrift stores are too expensive. I went to several thrift stores yesterday, and the only thing I found that was even decent was a Ninja machine, and it was $17, and it didn't have the water tank. So I'm like, that's it. That's nothing. Like I'm driving myself silly to all these thrift stores, and nobody has anything decent for a decent price. So I really liked the flea market for a while, but boy, it's bad. I asked the vendors, like, why is there no one here? And they're like, we don't know. It's just how it is. And I've gone every single month for like a year, and it never gets any better. And I don't know. You wouldn't recognize the place, Chris, if you haven't been there since the last time we went. I mean, like, remember how there were people out in the parking lot pitching tents and stuff? There's nobody out there because there's hardly anybody under the covers. Like, there's just empty tables everywhere. It's horrible. I don't know if they upped the prices of the vendors or I don't know. You know, I'm planning to go back next weekend because I want to get some home decor items and maybe I'll find some appliances, but I'm going to try to go Saturday. February 6th. That's your next one. Bye, Glenn. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I'm talking about the one we went to. Last time I was there when JJ from Texas was here. I don't know when that was. Yeah, it's pathetic. But I started selling this home decor and I was like getting them for $1.50. So that was worth my while. But appliances, I'd rather get anything. That's where I got my Japanese vacuum cleaners though. And I've done real well with those. Yeah, I spent like $40 on that one and I have made like $300 on the parts. It was great. Okay, my last one is a $4.75 sale. Total of $12.71. It was listed last July before I started liquidating, and it's an HEB shirt. So I sell HEB, Burger King, McDonald's, any kind of place, Pizza Hut. I love them, but I'm only getting extra larges and ups now. So Whataburger, I have lots of Whataburger shirts in my store, extra large. Mostly those are extra larges. Very rarely do I find a Whataburger shirt higher than that. And they're really cute. They have stripes and really cute. And they sell, pretty quickly. I have several of them left, though. Always pick them up. Virginia lives in Waco. Awesome. Virginia, thank you so much. So I have to package this Hawaiian hang loose picture frame. I may hold off until tomorrow because I know I'm going to have other sales in the morning. I always do. So bizarre. I just may hold that till tomorrow. I really appreciate you guys joining me tonight. I'm sorry nobody made a sale during the show, or did somebody make a sale during the show? I'll play the song for you. I have a new cha-ching song. I don't think anybody's even seen it yet. I forgot to put the banner up. Did anybody make a sale during the show? Let me know. Jay Marie, if you're still here, much love to your family. I'm so glad you popped in. I'll try to have a hangout. If I have a hangout, it's going to be Wednesday or Thursday. So back to the honey hole, back to the grind tomorrow. Back to the grind. I'm planning to stay 3 hours, and my goal is going to be 140 items. Let's up my game a little bit. 140 items in 3 hours. Do you think I can do it? I'm going to try to find my mom some clothes, because now that I know what size she wears and the kind of clothes she likes, no way does she need to pay those prices like she did last weekend. It's crazy. Let me just pull you guys over here so I can say goodbye. Well, hello, Barry. You came late. You missed everything. Please go back and rewatch, because I said a lot at the beginning. I vented, and I also gave some information, and some of it you haven't heard yet. So it's been a long time since I've been there. Let us know. We might be able to go with you. Yeah, I'll probably go Saturday early. I try to get there. Let's how I do it. What I do is I go I get there at 10. And I only stay like an hour because I zip through. There's hardly any people there. So I just zip through home decor, appliances, and I just do it get in the car and I go to my parents because they live in Willis. And then on Sundays, what I do is I get there around 10:30, zip through, and then I meet my parents at a restaurant because they go to church, and then they go from the church to the restaurant, and I do it that way. So I get all the, and then I have only 2 thrift stores on Sunday can I go to, because one's a Christian store and they're closed on Sunday. But if I go on Saturday, then I weave myself to those 3 thrift stores in between. So, but like I said, the thrift stores are just not doing it for me. Just not doing it for me. Yeah, well, I know I've done, but Bone Crack Picker, have you been here all this whole time? If someone gets a return during the show, do you play it in reverse? And I don't know how to do that. Dang it, Bone Crack. It's been so long since I've been on live that I forgot to mention you. I didn't forget about you, but I forgot to mention you, and I figured you were lurking. I've been on Sundays, and I don't really, but that's what I'm looking for. Like, I'm looking for appliances, right? Now, 2 times ago I went, a guy had 40 coffee makers all lined up, and like half of them were this baby blue Keurigs, which I don't, and they didn't even have everything in them, and they were all the same. And so I bought, I think, 2 Cuisinarts and a what do you call that thing? Starts with a B. It's a really good brand. Anyway, I want to say Bunsen, but that's not it. Anyway, so I bought 3 machines from him for $15. He said he originally started at $25, and then every week he went down 5. So I spent $45 there, and that was really all I found that time. And then I said, well, will you have more next time? Because I gave and he said, no, this was just a one-shot deal. I'm like, dang it. And I've been giving my phone number to people, but nobody's ever called me. So, Bun, yes, thank you. Yes. And I did real well with the bun machine that I bought in Canton, Texas, too, at the flea market there. I think I've sold all the pieces of that, and I got that whole thing for $5. And right before Kimberly Sims and I got there, the day before, they had a flood and the whole flea market flooded. And this bun coffee maker, when you turned it upside down, water just poured out of it. Like everything was wet. It had been pouring down rain. And I think the lady was like, why do you want to buy this machine? Like, it's ruined. If you plug this in, you're going to get electrocuted. And she said, I actually have more attachments. I say, oh, I'll take the attachments, And she's looking at me funny, like, why do you want this thing? It's going to kill you if you plug it in. But I took it and I just parted it all out, and I did really well. And I think she only charged me $5 because I told her, I said, I don't know if I can fix, I don't know if I can fix this thing. It's just been full of water, the mechanisms. But yeah, she sold me all these parts, and I think they're all gone now. All right. Well, yeah, I will let y'all know if I go for sure, but I'll just see you for a little bit. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way out, and hopefully I'll have a work with me video next week. And y'all take care, and don't forget to paddle on. We're all in this business boat together. Have a great night.